Hello everyone, welcome to the Wolf Business Podcast. Myself Josh and Lloyd, and let's get to it. What's been going on with you?
What's been going on? So this week I booked my wedding.
Oh yeah?
Which is a big one. 31st of July next year, I think. Yeah, it is, yeah. 31st of July next year.
Tell everyone where it's going to be.
In a weird country called Lithuania. No, it's not weird, that's from a film. It's from, in Lithuania. Yeah, where my missus is from. It's going to be big, so I had a lot of big moves today, this last few days. Obviously I'm not doing that much, she's doing most of it, but I've done a little bit. But that was big.
Yeah, big one that.
Yeah. What about you?
Got some dough in. It's been a busy week, I've got a bit loads going on, but I've also got a bit obsessed with listening to other podcasts and started listening to audiobooks.
Oh, excellent.
Which is a recommendation from you. I've been reading loads of books
Which
this year. One called Oversubscribed.
Oversubscribed.
Which I'd really
What's
recommend.
it
It's
about?
good. It's all about creating demand and obviously when you oversubscribe and you have too many buyers for your products, then you can put your prices up, and obviously almost like the skill of selling out before you've even created, or selling out before it's even happened, and how to create demand and there's a lot of psychology, sales psychology and stuff like that. It was good, really. Well, not finished yet actually.
Good.
It's a 5-hour listen. And,
that's not bad.
I usually do a couple hours walking a day with dogs, so it's easy to get through books. I mean, I do like reading a book. Yeah. I did have an idea actually, because Sky now, when you order a film through Sky, you can do something called buy and keep.
Yeah, and they send you the DVD as well.
Yeah, which is really annoying actually, because nobody wants the DVD afterwards. But with books, it's different. Like, I actually would love to listen to a book and then get the book in the post
and read it later on.
Well, maybe not even read it, but I find with books, I take pride in a full bookshelf.
Don't you?
Yeah, I take pride in a bookshelf. Yeah. Like, I've read them, I've read that. Whereas if you listen to
leather-bound books.
Yeah, but if I listen to it, it never actually have the trophy. That's what it's like. The trophy of the books.
Completed book.
Yeah, you don't. So I'll forget what I've read and that. So I like looking at my bookcase and going, I remember reading that, and I might reread that. Yeah. So I think it works better with books and DVDs. I'd like it if it was on Audible, which I was using.
Yeah, Audible's great.
Listen to it, they send you the book, and you can even then read a bit in bed and listen to someone to go read in bed, go on. So you can almost do both. That might be a business. Maybe.
Here we go, business culture.
Yeah.
The reason I use audio books rather than books is because I don't like reading. I don't like reading things that aren't a story. Do you know what I mean?
What, so you like?
I like to read. But I read fiction or I read autobiographies that I like. Entertainment.
You don't like information books.
I don't like information books. I tried to Start With Why on Simon Sinek whilst I was in Mexico a few years back, and I kept feeling like I was at work. And it just really, I like to read to relax.
I used to read loads of autobiographies. I used to only read autobiographies.
Yeah, I like autobiographies.
I do get it. It's like work.
Yeah, but so I can listen to them.
Read them.
But I can listen to them, and it's fine. And I can take in the information better when it's listening and walking. Because I walk to work and I walk around town, so I walk places a lot.
I find them. I do take in knowledge from them, obviously, and then I find them motivating. When I start listening to ideas, it makes me want to take action.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Or sometimes if I read in bed, I start getting my calculator out and stuff.
That's it. I know.
So
I don't like feeling like I'm at work when I'm trying to read.
Yeah.
That's reading to me is like relaxing. So I read I'm reading a fiction series. Jack Reacher. Tell you about it.
I know the book.
You know the film?
That's film Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise, yeah.
I knew about the books before.
They look nothing like the
He's a massive guy in the book, isn't he?
Oh God, don't get me started on the casting of Tom Cruise. But it's his company that bought it out, isn't it? Because he reads the books. Right. So there's like 20 odd books in this series, and I've read like 9 of them. Like I'm still well behind. But it's the most sort of books I've ever read of one type. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Quite quickly as well. Probably in the last sort of 4 or 5 years, I've read 9 of those alongside other, other stuff that I would usually be reading or listening to.
Yeah. So you've been reading, not listening?
I read Reachers, but I listen to podcasts and books on other things. I've just bought an audiobook not long ago, How to Win Friends and Influence People, which is a big one everyone talks about all the time, so I just want to give it a go and see how it goes. You read it?
No, I've not actually.
It's supposed to be really good.
Just speaking of new books, because I've had a bit of an obsession, as I said, this year. I've been reading loads and I keep buying loads, way more than I can read.
Yeah.
But I've read the E-Myth earlier this year, which is one of the best books I've read. And I've just bought his second book. I'll say second book. It's called E-Myth Mastery. It sounds good because it's E-Myth Revisited, which is just, I think, the rewritten version of the original E-Myth. E-Myth Mastery sounds really good. It's just like covering next steps and that. And then there's loads of stuff. There's E-Myth Contractor and stuff that's for people that do contract work and all sorts of stuff. Nice. I'm going to keep reading some of his theories because they're really good. I like him. But I've got loads of books to get through. But like I said, I think I could do much.
What's E-Myth about again?
Systemising your business and just being a bit more organised and in control of everything. And it covers all important. It's not automation as such because the book was actually written, maybe I think at least 80s latest.
Right, okay.
So which I really like because it shows that no matter technology, the systems are always the same. Yes, you might do it on a computer, but you're still systemising things that you've always got to systemise. Your staff relationships are still the same.
That's what you said about sales funnels, isn't it? Sales has been around longer than sales funnels, so there's ways of doing it.
Yeah, well, I did the post on it the other day, didn't I?
Yeah, you wrote that. Go, explain. Your post was. Yeah. No, because
for anyone that doesn't see it, then
people might be seeing this way after you posted that in the community and stuff, so it's in there to find. But
well, for anyone that didn't see it, I did a post the other day because I've noticed there's getting a little bit of an obsession now with things like sales funnels, landing pages, Facebook ads, automated selling and pop-up and email lists and all things like this. All these kind of automated strategy, online-based things. And I think people are starting to get that obsessed with it and they forget why they're doing it in the first place. So the reason you get someone to a landing page, the reason you want someone's email to get on a landing page or any of these things is ultimately so you can speak to them and tell them why your product's so good and hopefully get them on board. And what I'm finding people are doing now is trying to automate it so much. They do a Facebook ad which sends them to another Facebook ad which sends them to a landing page which captures their email to send them an email which will then retarget them, and eventually it's just like you've spent about 10 weeks trying to get a conversation. Why don't you just go straight from Facebook ads to the phone call? And actually I find that people are trying to rely on that system to avoid speaking to people.
I seen it on there was a thing on UKPTs not that long ago. Somebody put up, could anybody help me with some certain type of programming or whatever it was, and people were messaging, inbox me, fill this form in, fucking ring them, text them, like I could really, just like that's the system, so that's where they go.
It's just taking action. I mean, I feel like people want to hide behind social media, let it do all the work. And even if you manage to somehow get someone to sign up to whatever your service is, obviously the fitness industry, it'd be kind of group training or one-to-one training or something like that, or even online training. But even if you get them to sign up somehow without even speaking to them and automate it that much, they're never going to be a fully loyal onboard customer because they don't fully trust your service. They just they can just as easily out-automate themselves as coming in. So I'm a big advocate of speaking to people on the phone, building rapport,
getting
trust, getting them face to face. And if you can't give someone your time, then I don't think you deserve their money for their
online trainer is a very attractive thing at the moment in the industry. Everybody wants to be an online trainer who doesn't do fuck all, really, trains.
Well, and that's how some people perceive it, don't they?
I mean, that's a perceivement. I'm not saying that's how everyone are, but that's the sort of outward looking in. People think that that's what it is, and it seems really easy. And you want to see the YouTube thing? Bro Science. Remember the guy, Don Mazzetti or whatever his name is, a comedian. He does that Bro Science character.
Oh yeah.
So he's got a show now, like it's a parody of him owning a gym. Gym membership, people in the gym, and it's all really relevant to the stuff we go through all the time. But it's quite funny, there's some funny bits. But so basically, he owns a gym and needs more money, so he starts online training. Somebody asked him, "How do you be an online trainer?" The girl says to him, "Personal training is really hard. There's a lot to it," and he's like, "No, just put online trainer in your Instagram bio." and simple, and he does it, writes it on, and then puts his posts up in the gym, and he says, "I'm now online training." And a guy walks up to him and says, "Dom, can you train me now?" He's like, "No, online training." he's like, "Just, I'll give you some money to train me now." And he's like, "Can you not fucking read?" Like screaming at him. And it's obviously extreme, but it's like a parody of what people are actually doing.
Yeah, well, I think it's a disrespect to the people that actually are running a proper online personal training business.
Yeah.
People think you can do face to face and then just stick on your Instagram bio or whatever it might be. That, oh, I also do online training. Then someone gets in touch and says, I can do a bit of training with you online. I don't even know what to do.
Isn't online training for a lot of those people just sending out a couple of programs?
Yeah, I imagine so, yeah.
It's not really anything. It's not coaching, is it? It's not training.
If you don't systemize it just like other businesses, then it's a lot more work than even face to face. Because I think you have to add even more value and quality because you can't make up for that with personality and that personal touch. So it can actually be harder. Although you can maybe do it across the world, wherever you want, but it can be harder. But then the people that are actually very good at it and have set up a successful online business,
getting lost in there.
Then that must be so frustrating because they're getting hundreds of trainers competing for the same thing, but really there's only 2 of them that can actually deliver what they're saying. So I think I don't know if it's going to get bigger or smaller, the online training market, because a lot of people fall away surely. All it takes is one of these half-assed ones to get a client to realise they don't want to do that anymore, and then they'll fall away. But
I think the problem with it is it's all on followings, isn't it?
Yeah.
So even Jay Cutler was doing that, didn't he? I sent you the screenshot.
Yeah.
Even Jay Cutler is offering you online training. Like, what's the world come to when you think you can train with Jay Cutler? Because he ain't fucking training yet.
It must be.
But when you've got a following,
he's hired someone to do it for him.
Of course he has, but think of the following he's got.
Yeah.
Jay Cutler's got a couple of million people on overall platforms, and he can get 500,000 people to start online training at what, $80 a month or something. He's fucking smashing it. Yeah, because I used to work with Owen Harrison twins, didn't I?
Yeah.
And I bump into him here and there. I don't speak to him often, like, but last time I bumped into him, that's what they do. They sell programs online because he's got, between the 2 of them, they've got a massive following. Yeah. So that's they're able to, and he trains like a fucking beast. They don't do online training. They sell a program. It's a 12-week program. It is what it is. Yeah. So, but that's what I think a lot of online trainers do.
Yeah.
That system, but just not in the same.
Well, it's like 5 years ago in our industry and beyond. Everyone used to be a personal trainer. Now everyone's branching off and becoming more specialist and stuff. Well, online training will probably do the same thing, where there'll be different types of online trainers. Eventually it'll be, which you're pretty not far away, where online trainer is thought of as like a bad word. You want to kind of disassociate yourself
just like you do with personal training now.
Yeah. That's probably going to happen soon because so many people be getting sold shit. Not that, like I said, there's loads of people providing quality, but there is a lot of shit as well. Yeah.
I think maybe it sounds less intimidating to a client though. Do you want personal training? Do you want to go and have somebody stand over you and tell you what to do? Or do you want them, you'll be alright, I'll send you a program, you can do it on your own, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people are a bit intimidated by it. It sounds like a good option if you get the right stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't. I'd much prefer somebody to coach me one-on-one than
I think...
I'd a fair bit of personal training myself, I would definitely rather have a coach than...
Yeah, for me, accountability is the main one.
I have done programs at distance from companies or people. It just doesn't work the same. Not for me anyway. Everyone's going to prefer certain things. I wouldn't.
I just always think, I do think online coaching can work for some people, especially if you want guidance, if you kind of know what you're doing and you want a bit of guidance. But for me, when I've ever had a coach, it's always about the accountability. I like having someone. I like being coached. So if somebody's there, I'm a good client. You could tell me to carry on, I'll carry on forever. So, but I'll do that if someone's there. Whereas if someone's not there, sometimes we'll stop a bit earlier.
Absolutely.
So it does make a difference. But for me, programs is more about the person delivering it rather than what it actually says.
Than what it is.
But for some people, it's about what it says and the quality of the program. So, like I said, for me, it's about the person delivering it. It's more important for me as if I was a client.
Yeah, me too personally.
Yeah.
Like you say, there's definitely people out there doing it. I think he fucking smashed it, didn't he? Joe Wicks.
Joe Wicks.
90-day SSS.
I think smashing it's an understatement. Do you think it's calmed down a bit though now? I feel like...
I bet more people are buying off the back of that book.
Because what 3 books, anyway. It's 4.
4 books. But what?
4 books.
You see a lot of people slag him off in the industry, right? And you showed me that video the other week of a guy breaking it down. Right? He doesn't do macros in his book, and clients should have this information, and he's mis-selling. What they're missing is it's an upsell, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here's a free video on Instagram. Are you interested? Yeah, very interested. Here's a £10 book. Are you interested? Yes, very interested. Here's a £90 program. Are you interested?
I think it's 150.
150 now.
Well, it's pretty got different programs.
That's the upsell. But by the time they've followed you, bought the book, used the recipes, they're so in 150 quid. It's a bargain.
He's got his own TV show coming as well. So
that's his basic upsell now, and it's always been.
Well, the TV show, I wouldn't be surprised if he does that for peanuts.
Yeah.
Just to get more of an audience who go, who's this Joe Wicks guy? Oh, I can have his program. Look at this transformation he just did on the TV show. Yeah. How can I have a bit of that? Oh, I can buy his program for 150 quid.
Yeah. I think the massive amount of numbers allows him to have so many transformation photos. The before and after pictures that he puts out, they put out, the company, the body coach now, not just him in it. They put out are fucking staggering at the numbers of them, aren't they? But it's because they've got millions of people buying them.
Jamie Oliver's a very similar one. I know he's not as closely associated with the personal training industry or fitness industry, but he's a kind of a similar. Joe Wicks has clearly followed his model.
Yeah. Well, they've done stuff together now, haven't they? Already?
Yeah, I think I might be wrong here, but I'm sure I saw his financial worth recently, and I couldn't believe. I thought he'd be worth about 5 to 10 mil, which is brilliant. Jamie Oliver.
Yeah.
It was like 50 mil.
Fuck off.
It was something ridiculous.
He's class, Jamie Oliver.
But same thing as I was surprised that Joe Wicks has completely copied his model actually. Because Jamie Oliver does loads of free presentations, loads of TV, but apparently doesn't get paid much for his TV shows. But all of what he does is building his persona to sell his books and now his restaurants.
Well, I bought his fucking latest book.
Yeah,
I'm in.
He makes loads for his books and then restaurants as well. Because if he's buying his books, you start to go, oh, I like what he's about, and then he goes to his restaurant. He's got loads of I think his restaurants now. I'm pretty sure he's got them in every major city. I'm good on him, and same with Joe Wicks, good on him as well.
Yeah, fucking right on him.
Because people take his stuff out of context. Oh, they haven't. Yeah, he's missed out this big thing. He's doing it. He's missing it on purpose. He doesn't want to for his audience. He doesn't want to overcomplicate anything. He wants to keep it simple. And his general thing is train more, maybe not eat less, but eat healthy food at least, even if it's a bit high calorie.
Because you got to think about the people you're selling to, innit? Yeah. Because he's not aiming at a fitness coach. He's not aiming at you. He's aiming at Dave, who never trains, never does any exercise, and eats microwave pizzas for his dinner. Do you know what I mean? That's the guy he's after. And when he gets Dave and gets him to eat a little bit of chicken and rice a couple of nights and gets him doing a few burpees, it'll massively change his life.
He's looking at people that eat microwave meals all the time.
Class.
Eat on the go.
Like my sister is at me about helping her get fit. I think she's getting fat. She's still like a size 6 or something, but she thinks she's getting fat, right? So she's on at me about helping her. I've given her options. She can come and train in my gym for free, obviously, I'll get her a coach and whatever. She doesn't want to do it. So I got her the book. She got a book, so instead of eating sandwiches and crisps at lunch, now she has a bit of a salad, and she might do a bit of a treadmill run one night in the local gym, and that's it. But she's doing loads better for it. What personally,
the average person might be eating, like your sandwiches for supermarkets, whatever. If they start eating proper foods, they'll be feeling great.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's a little bit the really then focused macros and weigh-in and all that bullshit can come later on. Come at 6 months. You don't need to do that from day dot all the time with your client, innit? Yeah, fuck, he's doing great. Yeah.
No, he's doing brilliant. And on that topic of how much hate he gets, I think it's it just. I personally can't stand it when people go after people anywhere. I just think it's pathetic. I think people need to focus on themselves, and I just in
the comments now, fucking shut your mouth, Josh. Don't know what you're talking about.
I just hate when people are negative towards other people. If someone's successful with something, unless it's immoral or something, but just leave them to it.
That's where people take it. They find it's really offensive that he's, because he uses them slogans, don't they? Not him, the company, the body coach, eat more, lose fat, eat more to burn fat.
Yeah, it might not be factually correct, but once again, if you actually break it down what they mean, yes.
It's a buy-in though.
Yeah.
Do you want to eat more and lose fat? Yes. Well, come and let me tell you what my process is. You don't have to make him eat more and promise to lose fat.
And obviously, technically, you can't eat more or lose fat, but if you do his workouts and eat more, you work out more than you eat, then that's what it means.
It's a toe in the door. Does that sound inviting to you? Yeah. Yes, it does. Right, come on, buy this book and you'll find out all how to do it. And he does, I've read it. My missus bought it for the recipes because she likes him, because she's got him on Instagram, and he's quite a fucking likeable character, isn't he? At times, I think he's a bit annoying now, but
a little bit. First, plays up to his brand, doesn't he? But that's what it is.
But the book's alright. It's fucking basic bollocks.
But
there's the ultimate hit workout in it. It's like press ups and burpees and fucking high knees.
Yeah, my girlfriend's read it and she'll show me as if I've never heard of it. Seeing this combo here, this melts fat, and then I'll be like, well, obviously, but it's nothing new. But at the end of the day, if he can deliver something that say if 10 people in a room and someone says do some burpees and you go, no, I'm alright, do some burpees, but he can actually make you do the burpees, then he's actually made you apply the knowledge.
Well, the thing, he's like I said again, he knows who he's going after. He's going after general pop who really struggle to stay healthy. They do not want to be told it's hard. They want to be told it's easy. So that's what he does. He tells them it's easy and he convinces them to do a little bit more than they were doing yesterday. I think he's meant,
good for him. Whether he'll be here in 5 years, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I heard he's making.
Maybe he'll be sat on his fucking island.
I've heard he's making 10 million a month. Yeah. In fact, that might be made up. It might be $1 million a month.
It was $1 million a month at one point, but it's more than that now.
It's got.
Do you see him? He was on Celebrity Juice, the show Celebrity Juice. He was on that, and they were. Keith Lemon was ripping him about it because he didn't do these daft games. He had fruit on the tied to the where the nuts and they had to juice it, and he was humping this wall.
I've seen it. Yeah,
and Keith Levin's saying, he makes £1 million a month, and I've got him shagging a wall or something. And he didn't really take the jokes very well. No. He wasn't massively impressed by it all. I don't think. I didn't come across that way.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure he's doing more than that now. But fuck yeah, good on him. Yeah, gets more people at the end of that book going, well, that was alright, but what next? And into my gym, I'm happy with it.
He's doing alright at the minute because he's got these 4 books. I think 3 of them were his programme. So because he has his programme is something.
One of them's
Shape,
Family and Friends. It's
Shift and Sustain, and then his Family and Friends.
You got all that. I know they got the Family and Friends one because it's not a diet.
Well, that's it. That's where he's going down the Jamie Oliver route.
Yeah, it's a cookbook. So it's like chicken pies and fucking cookies.
Well, that's what he'll keep doing. He'll probably keep releasing his books.
Was he a chef ever, or
No.
He was just a PT.
Well, if you break it down,
boot camps.
As we said before, if you look at his books, the recipes that you've been seeing for years, overnight oats. I've not seen that one before.
People are like, oh my god,
and then
avocado, tomatoes, and eggs.
Avocado and poached eggs. Yeah. It's not really groundbreaking recipes, but it gives you ideas, doesn't it? And so it's not like a Jamie Oliver, but you'll see an original cool recipe with loads of seasonings.
The one I've just bought from Jamie Oliver, which I'll see how it goes to recommend to clients as well, is 5 ingredients. That's his big thing now. 5 ingredients, meals, done. No loads of, because he did them 15-minute ones. Did you ever try and make a 15-minute meal? Took me about 45 minutes.
That's what
he's like, nice this onion.
15 minutes prep, that's what it is. 15 minutes prep, and then you stick in the oven for 4 years.
Yeah. And I cook a lot, but I couldn't do them like that. But yeah, no, that's good. It's good stuff. But yeah, it's an upsell. So chill the fuck out slagging him off. It's an upsell.
Yeah.
If you could get access to 60 odd million people like he has, you'd do what it takes as well. Don't worry about it. I'd say that it was easy to burn fat. I'd tell people that.
I think there's a lot to look at with his business though. Like we say, a lot of people look at it and they think it's about selling his books and all that, but he's got lots of lead generating products which then sell onto his major products. And there's a lot to be learned. And obviously, when you get that kind of exposure, the potential, because I think, to be honest with you, I think it's incredible. Obviously, you said his program's 90, I said it's 150. I'm not sure. It's probably somewhere in between.
It was 90 at one point.
Yeah, maybe he's got 3 programs, hasn't he? So maybe they're different. But to sell a program, an online program for £150 a month to the general population, is unbelievable. Yeah, huge. So no wonder he's making £1 million a month.
Yeah. Think about the number of them he's sold now.
Well, I mean, I'm half tempted to buy one sometimes just to have a look at what quality. Is it good?
It was shit.
Was it? How was it look like to look at?
It was an Excel sheet. This was a while ago,
right?
And a girl from the gym, my previous gym, had bought it, and she showed it me. She bought it a while before, a few months before, and this was probably a year or so ago. So he's probably done it up a bit since. But it was an Excel sheet, mate, and it was a 90-day program. The first month was HIIT. The second month was, it's HIIT programs. The second month was HIITs with a little bit of weights. Yeah.
What did it tell you what you need? Tell you like, you need 1 dumbbell set.
Yeah, a little bit of things like that. Yeah. And then the last one was like a split routine.
Right.
Yeah. It was like
chest.
It was like chest and shoulders day 1, back and fucking arms or whatever. You know, they did in the 1970s when people did split routines. To lose weight, you know, like, and that's what it was. It was really basic, and it was a basic macro breakdown. Like, it was really, really basic, but he's fucking smashing it.
Yeah,
it's good. But yeah, we got well off the thing there.
Yeah, we got caught up in Joe Wicks' world.
Yeah, Joe Wicks.
I mean, like I said, he's bringing out his TV show as well. Be interested to see how people take to that. I'm not sure. I feel like I think it's past a bit now, the Joe Wicks thing. To be honest,
I think the whole character thing is a bit done. I'm bored of him now.
Yeah.
I thought when I first found him on Instagram, I thought it was mint. I loved it. Thought the 15-second videos were class. The tagline, the fucking midget trees and all that. I was buzzing. But then literally 6 weeks in, I was like, I've had enough of this guy now. Like I said, fair play to what he's fucking doing.
I'll tell you what though, actually, he's somebody that's managed to sell without speaking to people face to face or on the phone.
Well, we were just talking about online training. I think that's the guy you look at with online training.
I think it's different though. If you're delivering an online product, then it's different because you're not going to speak to them anyway. But what I feel is like if you're selling face to face training, you shouldn't be trying to sell it without speaking to the face. You should get to meet the person and. Like I said, any Facebook ads you do, landing pages, email, all that stuff, it's to set you up and then you go and finish the job with either a phone call or a face-to-face or a phone call then face-to-face. I like phone calls.
Josh has got a proper phone voice, proper phone sales, very polite, very...
They can hear my voice now, it's not real.
No, it's not that. It's not this normal one.
But yeah, I like speaking to people on the phone or face-to-face. And depending on, I suppose, what the product is.
I'd prefer face-to-face on the phone.
Yeah. Well,
I'd absolutely like to sit in front of somebody.
It depends for me on the product, but obviously some products won't be possible to meet everyone face-to-face, but yeah, definitely if it's when possible, face-to-face is the best.
Yeah, I do. Go on, give us some tips then for...
what on phone selling?
Let's go selling general.
Well, just so everyone's aware, I have a bit of a background in phone selling and selling face to face as well. So I worked on phone selling for about 2 years, and I'll point out I was always in the top 5% in the country. But these would be my top tips for phone selling. And one thing I will mention as well is don't look at selling in a negative way. I always look at selling as if you've got a good product and you believe it's going to benefit the person, then there's nothing wrong with selling as long as like you got to deliver. As long as once you've sold it and they've received the product, they're happy, then your job is to persuade that person that it's the right decision.
Yeah.
So my top tips would first of all be to build rapport with the person. So that's getting them to trust you, and obviously people can tell when you're being genuine or not. So build the trust and ask them open-ended questions. So I'd be looking to, obviously it depends what you're selling, but find out more about them. Don't give them an opportunity to say yes or no. Ask them a question where it'll open up a door for them to tell you more and more information. Say say what do you do for a living, they might tell you what they do and a little bit about it, and then how that affects their routine, etc. And obviously you can jot down that information and bank it, and then you can ask them other questions about their lifestyle and what's brought them to you, and all open-ended questions where they'll give you, if anything, too much information. All during that time you're building rapport and building trust. And then once you've listened to all that information, I would then make recommendations. Start to, based on what they've said, make recommendations for products. I would usually always start to talk about 2 products. So say you've got a menu of 5 products, whatever. I'd pick out 2 that you genuinely, bear in mind as well, we're not trying to trick anybody here.
No.
The 2 products we genuinely believe will be best for them.
Yeah.
One might be a higher end one than they might have come for that day. One might be round about what they were looking for, or lower even. Tell them why you recommended both and the positives and negatives to both. Once again, genuine, you're trying to find the right product for them. And then I'd based on what they're saying and the feedback they give you on those products, I would then make your personal recommendation between the 2, and then I'd get them to confirm that. If they're happy, I would, like I said, go between the 2 and get them to confirm that. If they're happy, go ahead and close. So to break that down into proper points, build rapport, open-ended questions, offer 2 products, and then confirm. When you're offering the 2 products, don't say, do you want this one or that one straight away. Chat about the 2 products first. So if it was up to me, I'd be looking to go for either this one or this one. Tell them a bit about it. Gauge. This is the thing when you're on the phone, you need to be able to gauge from voice and tone and how they're responding. If they're kind of coming straight back to you, it means they're interested. If they go a bit quiet, they're a bit unsure. Yeah. So if you're talking about a particular product and you're not getting much back, they're clearly not into it. Yeah. So chat about the 2 of them, and then based on which one sounds more interesting to them, I would then go for the personal recommendation. But never put all your eggs in one basket, because if you go, yeah, you're chatting about stuff, and then I go, I'll tell you what, you need to go for one-to-one session per week, and then they go, I don't want to do one-to-one because I need to train more than once per week, and you go, oh, actually, well, you need to be not all your eggs in one basket. Yeah. Give them 2 options, so then if they do go, actually, I don't want to do one-to-one, you can go, well, in that case, you can go for the other option that I mentioned and give them choice. Yeah. So build rapport, open-ended questions, recommend products, usually 2, because if you give them too much choice, it's just getting confusing. I'd go for 2, and that in the industry is called a this or that close. There's other ones, but I like the this or that. You're keeping it really simple. Do you want this one or do you want that one? And then once they've given you the feedback, you can then confirm and get them to close. Yeah, I like that. One thing's for sure, the biggest errors that I see is people doing all the talking. Because if you do all the talking, you don't know much about them, which then leads to assumptions. If you go, right, well, seeing as I've done all the talking, you want this one or that one, and they go, well, I can't do any of those because I can't do evenings. Or were you stuck then, why'd you have to go? Yeah. You want to make sure that you know loads of information. These are genuinely the 2 best options. Yeah, that's the best. It's very, very likely they'll want one of them, and then you can lead them to it. Yeah. And there's another point as well, because that's the general structure. Build rapport, open-ended questions, find out as much information as you can. It's called fact-finding. Yeah. Recommending the products, confirming the products, and then if you do want to do that and it suits them, then you can go for upsell. Yeah. Don't try and upsell before you've got them to confirm the initial sale.
I think one of the things that I've heard a lot of coaches and PTs talk about is having it's almost like a loss when they sell them once a week, or they only wanted a program. Then sell them a program. Like, it's a business, you know what I mean? Yeah. There's no losers. If that's what they want and that's best for them, then that's okay. And then move on to the next one, because you've got other leads coming in. You can't be trying to push everybody to buy you high-end package just because that's what you want to sell.
Exactly. One thing that's really, really big is people, like I said, there's a negative connotation with sales because there are some bad salesmen out there who are just doing what's best for them. One value that I've always stuck to is make sure you're genuinely doing the best thing for them, because if you are, they'll stick with you long term. Yeah. They trust you, and if they do come back again, they know that the last time you recommended, you give them the right thing. So then they actually will, like I was saying there, when they're saying recommend something, if you recommend the right one last time, they trust you to recommend the right one this time. Yeah. And long term, you're better doing the best thing by them.
Yeah,
so no shortcuts and trying to obviously don't try and give them the wrong products and stuff. But yeah, the way like I said, I've always sold is with good customer service. Building reports, good customer service, recommending, genuine recommendations, that's good customer service, and confirming and whatnot, and giving them choice, that's all good customer service. As long as the product's right for them, then it's not sales, it's customer service, really.
Yeah, absolutely, that's a very good way of looking at it.
So, and like I said, if people that don't feel comfortable recommending and all this stuff, then you're not actually helping them. That's the way I see it. If anything, that's bad customer service. You haven't asked them the questions. You haven't tried to do your best to help them. So there's nothing bad about sales as long as you're selling the right products. If you're in a good industry, then it's not an issue.
That's good shit. That. It's really good. Customer service over sales. Yeah.
I mean, like I said, we talk about sales here, but what part of that is actual? Not
that's all.
That's
a big thing. Coaches say all the time now, new PTs, I don't like sales. Well, you're in the wrong fucking game, son. Because that's what we're doing.
Everything's sales.
Everything's sales.
Everything's sales.
Everything's sales.
Like I said, as long as your product is good and you can deliver it, then it's your duty to make sure that you get people onto your service rather than somebody else's that might not be as good value.
Sounds very, very good. That's really good. Proper advice from a fucking proper salesman.
For a proper guy.
From a proper salesman over here. Yeah. Hope you don't turn up trying to sell you double glazing out your foot.
So that was a nice little Joe Wicks plus phone telesales podcast.
We did suck Joe Wicks.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Let's end it with fuck Joe Wicks. Right. Fuck him.
I don't want to get bad headlines. Just him that.
No, I like Joe Wicks. I'm just trying to be controversial to get views.
Alright, everyone. We'll leave it there for this one, eh?
We'll do the clickbait.
Clickbait, yeah.
Clickbait. The episode's going to be called Fuck Joe Wicks.
You never guess what Joe Wicks said.
And then we'll just suck him off the entire fucking podcast. Yeah, sweet. Joe Wicks and sales. Some real sales advice on the end of our conversation about Joe Wicks.
Took a while, but we got there.
Right, subscribe to our fucking podcast and that. Sorry, I keep swearing. Subscribe to our podcast and YouTube channel. Keep up to date with all of our musings and conversations. And comment. Let us know what you think. If you think Joe Wicks is a piece of shit, let us know. If you think Josh is a piece of shit, let us know. Don't worry about it. See you next time.